Alright, so today was a big day in the Call of Duty community. Black Ops Cold War was finally revealed in its multiplayer form. We got to see multiplayer gameplay. They put out the trailer. It looked great. It was 3 minutes of action. They showed off a bunch of different maps. And then we saw a ton of multiplayer gameplay from different streamers across the board. And of course, Charlie Intel has been giving us tweets left and right about major things that are in the game, how things work, and what's to come. However, this can be really overwhelming and there's a lot of information to consume. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be detailing 17 things that you should know about Black Ops Cold War right now. These are things that are relatively basic. Some are important dates to keep in mind going forward. Some things are just basic knowledge for you to know about the game. And then others are a little bit more in-depth and things you should just definitely know about Cold War come November 13th and the game is out. These will be tips on things to use and ways to maneuver the game so that you're just better at the game overall and more aware of what's going on. So if you guys are new to the channel, we are super excited about Black Ops Cold War because our history proves that Black Ops games are really popular here at Carnage. We always do well and we're always excited about Black Ops games. So we're excited about bringing team challenges back. We're excited about giving you guys tips and tricks videos and breakdown videos and funny moments from the team. It's going to be a great year. So subscribe to the channel if you are new, drop a like on this video, and let's go ahead and jump right into these points. Now we have 17 points. The first one is very basic. The open beta begins on October 8th. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put up a screenshot on screen that you can take a look at. This is something that you might want to save to your camera roll, but there's 2 weekends. We have the first weekend being October 8th to the 9th for a PS4 early access, and October 10th to the 12th being the PS4 open beta. Now you have to have that early access code for the 8th to the 9th. Obviously 10 to the 12th is just a generic open beta for PS4. And then weekend 2 we have the crossplay beta, meaning both PS4, Xbox, and PC all can play together. October 15th to the 16th for the early access, and then October 17th to the 19th open on all platforms for everybody to play. Next up we have the traditional minimap returning in Cold War. Now what exactly does this mean? Well, in Modern Warfare we saw the minimap get a little bit of an overhaul that was not exactly popular. This overhaul changed the minimap in multiple ways. Obviously the square and circle form where that was toggled in the menus, but more importantly, when you shoot your weapon, you don't appear on the map. It's kind of a safety for being able to run around the map completely silent while, you know, taking out enemies and flanking. It's not really fair and it doesn't really make sense, and it kind of just completely, there's no point of having a silencer. So the traditional minimap is returning in Cold War, where if you do shoot, you will appear on that minimap. So do keep that in mind going into this game. That is a big change for those that didn't know or weren't aware of that change to begin with. Next up, the time to kill. Now, time to kill, or TTK for short, is something that many people are concerned about going into every Call of Duty. They want to know how fast you die and how fast you can kill. Well, the time to kill in this game, directly stated by Treyarch, is faster than BO4, but, and this is not directly from Treyarch, does seem to be slower than Modern Warfare. So it's in between Modern Warfare and BO4, and when you watch gameplay, you definitely don't die super fast like butter in a microwave like you do in Modern Warfare, where it's almost like, how did that guy even kill that guy from that distance or whatever. BO4 was a little bit too long. It seemed like, you know, you really had to pump that person full of bullets in order to take him out. In this game, it's kind of the in-between, and it seems perfect from what I've seen. I really like the time to kill in Black Ops Cold War so far, again, just from what I've been able to watch. Next up, and this is something that's going to be just something across the board. I don't think this is, you know, just early information. This is something that's going to be a big pointer in class setups and tips and tricks videos 2 months into the game, and that is the wild card called Gunfighter. Now, the wild card called Gunfighter allows 3 additional attachments. That's right, you can put up to 3 additional attachments on your gun, and obviously, if you're a skilled Call of Duty player, knowing that your attachments are very important, almost sometimes more than perks, depending on what the perks are, of course. Attachments are super important, way more important than lethals, tacticals, things like that. So this gun Gunfighter wildcard is going to be essential for your class setup, so do keep that in mind, that there is a wildcard that allows you to do that. Next up, we got theater mode. Now, I don't know how excited you guys will be, but this is just something I wanted to make light of because it got kind of brushed under the rug on the tweets from Charlie Intel. But theater mode is returning, and it's an amazing feature for the game as it allows creators to become a lot more creative with their content. And if you guys were familiar with the Black Ops 4 team challenges from Carnage, our videos were able to tell a story because of theater. We were able to really go all out with our intros, and our videos were a lot better for that reason. So you can expect a lot better Black Ops Cold War content, a lot better Call of Duty content from your favorite creators this year if they so choose to utilize that feature. It also allows players to record their gameplay and watch back their gameplay if they don't have a recording device. So that's nice as well. Now, the next point is a massive point. It's one that a lot of people are talking about as probably the most controversial thing from the game so far, and that is score streaks. Now, score streaks return, but with the fact that progress towards your score streaks does not reset upon death. So for an example, the chopper gunner is 6,000 score. So once you get to 6,000 total score in the game, you unlock or achieve the chopper. However, you are rewarded score multipliers if you don't die, allowing you to get the streak faster. So let's say you're going off, you get like 5 or 6 kills and you die. That progress that you were making for that chopper gunner with those 5 to 6 kills does not go away when you die, and it continues on throughout the game. However, it will take you a lot longer to achieve your score streaks if you keep dying because of those multipliers. Those multipliers will help you get those streaks a lot faster. So for an example, again, this is from Exclusive Ace himself. He basically was talking about the chopper gunner. He says it's going to take about 15 kills if you just get 15 kills straight. If you go on a 15 kill streak, you will get your chopper gunner. But if you keep dying, and in his example, he says it will take about 20 individual 3 kill streaks to unlock the chopper gunner. So if you actually are able to stay alive and get those streaks, you're rewarded compared to those that aren't able to. It's going to take them a lot more kills, a lot more time, and honestly, they probably won't end up getting those streaks to begin with unless the game lasts really long or something. So that's hopefully some clarification for the confusing and very different score streak system that we are seeing this year. Also note that there's also a 90-second cooldown timer after you call in a streak, and I believe this is an individual timer, not across the board, so multiple people can call in streaks. It's not just based on it's not like once one UAV is called in, nobody can call one in for 90 seconds. I believe it's just a personal timer of around 90 seconds until you can call a streak in again. Next up, we got the Gunsmith. Now, the Gunsmith is returning, and there's something like 54 up to 54 attachments for your weapons. This is a very similar model to the one in Modern Warfare. It's a little bit different. Obviously, the menus for it are definitely different looking, but it has a lot of the same attachment ability, and you're able to really customize your gun in comparison to previous Call of Duties. I'm a big fan of this. I think it's a lot of fun to experiment with things, and it's great for videos, of course. So the Gunsmith does return. Another big thing that people are gonna be excited about is the fact that unlimited sprint is returning into the game, and I'm a big fan of this, of course, because it makes the game faster. There's no need to slow the game down by not allowing players to have unlimited sprint, especially in these larger 12v12 maps, which we will be talking about here shortly. But yes, unlimited sprint does return. I don't believe there's a tactical sprint though. I think it's just a normal sprint, but it is unlimited. Next up, we got auto health regen. So there isn't manual health regen in this game. There might be a tactical that is similar to the stim shot, but for the most part, it's not like Black Ops 4 where everybody's equipped with a manual health regen stim. It is auto health regen. Dead silence returns, which is big for a lot of people, like especially the search and destroy community. I know everybody's excited there. And it returns as a perk called Ninja and allows you to obviously sprint more quietly. Another thing to note is that health bars are visible above the head, so when you're shooting at an enemy, you're able to see exactly how much health they have, similar to Black Ops 4, but you can disable this. You're able to toggle this on and off in the menus. Another point is that the movement and the feel of this game is very similar to Modern Warfare. It has more of that realistic feel, that sway, that kind of vibe that Modern Warfare has, and the reason for that is because the engine is a mix of BO3 and Modern Warfare. It's very similar to both those games. If you took both those games and combined them, that's basically what we got, and the game does, and it does feel and it does look like Modern Warfare in many regards. So leveling up, obviously the progression system is a big question mark right now because in Modern Warfare, they changed it to seasonal ranks where you could only level up to level 155. And then once the next season started, if you were past level 55, you start at 55 and you go up 100 levels. And that was it. There was no prestige system or anything of that matter. So it's a very questionable thing going into the next game. What is it going to look like? And we don't know exactly yet. However, they did put out a statement saying that Black Ops Cold War is set to include a brand new leveling journey that will later connect to Warzone. Again, we don't know what that means. We do know that there's going to be some connection between the leveling progress in both games, but we don't know if we're going to get a seasonal rank or if we're going to get a prestige system. And there was a poll done by Charlie Intel that showed that the majority of people want a prestige system back. Of course, I want a prestige system back, but I have a feeling that we're going to end up with seasonal ranks again, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Another thing you should note is that there are two different kinds of modes. There's 12v12s and there's 6v6 from what we know as of now. And these, it's similar to Modern Warfare, the model. These modes cater to different maps. So there's different maps playable for 12v12 modes that are obviously bigger maps, more complex maps compared to the 6v6 modes that have more simple 3-laned, smaller maps. So the 12v12v map are going to include, you know, vehicles. There's one map that has ships and boats, zip lines, all that crazy stuff. And then obviously 6v6 maps are going to cater towards more smaller sized maps that have a faster pace playstyle. So keep that in mind that not all the maps you see are just 6v6. The bigger ones, those are for 12v12, so don't let that concern you too much. And then we have another new game mode called Fireteam, which has 40 players. There's 40 players in this mode with up to 10 teams of 4, where the action is centered around not just the operators in the field, but also the environment they battle in. We don't know exactly what this means, but it's definitely an interesting mode, to say the least, given the fact that there's 40 players and there's 10 teams of 4-member squads. Very interesting model, so I'm looking forward to seeing what those maps look like and what exactly that means, what the whole Fireteam mode is about. But it looks interesting. And then lastly, we have a new mode called the VIP Escort. And the VIP Escort is an objective-based game where either you're defending or escorting the VIP to a designated location, and VIPs only have a pistol and limited equipment. Now, this was kind of being compared to like Heist a little bit, but it's obviously different in its own way. But the game mode, I don't know if it's really going to be one that I'm going to be playing much of, to be honest. But regardless, they seem to be excited about it, and we'll trust that it's a new and improved and good game mode that people will be playing. So that should be interesting as well. But anyways, guys, those are some pointers that you should know about from today, some things that you should take away from today. And we'll be back with more Black Ops Cold War content, of course, when the beta comes around, and obviously November 13th. The team challenges are going to be superb. So look forward to those videos, guys. Until then, we're going to be back with some other multi-COD content, some videos I think you will enjoy. So look forward to those videos, guys. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all